You know, when you watch a top-level football match these days, you're not just seeing raw talent and passion, you're actually watching a hidden architecture at work, a geometric system of control that dictates almost every move on the pitch. It's called positional play, or positionism, and it has turned the beautiful game into an incredibly complex, beautiful machine. So today, we're going to break down its blueprint.
And this quote right here, it gets straight to the heart of the matter. I mean, think about that for a second. This isn't just another tactic. It's a whole philosophy that puts the system above the individual, structure above pure spontaneity. It's all about creating a board where the right decision is always the only decision. So how on earth did we get here?
All right, so first up, let's get into the core idea here. This goes so much deeper than just talking about formations, like a 4-4-2 or whatever. Positional play is a philosophy for controlling space. The real goal is to move your opponent around a living chessboard, using geometry to create advantages before they even know they're being trapped. And this idea, it has a crystal clear bloodline. It all started with the great Johan Cruyff and his intuitive, almost romantic vision of creating triangles all over the pitch to keep the ball. Then along came Louis van Gaal, who took that beautiful idea and hammered it into a rigid, disciplined system. And finally, you have Pep Guardiola, a student of both, who fused their ideas to perfect the doctrine, turning it into the powerhouse we see today. So how does it actually work? How does it achieve this total control? Well, it all boils down to creating three different kinds of superiority. First, numerical. That's simple, just having more of your players in a key area. Then there's positional, putting a player in that lethal space between an opponent's defense and their midfield. And finally, qualitative, engineering the game to get your best player, your superstar, isolated in a one-on-one they're almost guaranteed to win. Okay, so that's the what. Now, let's get into the how. We're going to move from the big ideas to the nitty-gritty, the almost mathematical rules that players have to live by to make this geometric theory a reality out there on the grass. And this is where it gets absolutely wild. Guardiola literally maps out the pitch into a 20-zone grid, and the players' movements are governed by two golden rules to guarantee perfect spacing. You can never have more than 3 players in a horizontal line, and never more than 2 in a vertical line. It's like a living, breathing organism. If one player moves, another has to adjust. The grid shifts, but it never, ever breaks. So inside this grid, teams run these really clever pre-planned plays. And the most famous one by far is the third man run. See, player A, who's under pressure, doesn't try a risky pass forward. No. Instead, they pass sideways to player B. This baits the defense to come forward, and that little movement opens up a lane for player B to instantly hit player C, the third man, who is now totally free and facing goal. It's a geometric key that just unlocks defenses. Now, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But does it actually work? Well, this isn't just some nice idea. It's a statistically superior way to play football. So let's move on and look at the cold, hard data that proves just how dominant the system is. So check this out. Advanced data models show that teams using positional play control on average 23% more of the central areas of the pitch. We're talking about the most valuable real estate out there. They aren't just controlling the ball, they are controlling the exact territory where games are won and lost. And get this, they do it with unbelievable safety. The system is so clean and efficient that these teams lose the ball on only 8% of their possessions. Think about that. This isn't just passing for the sake of it. This is secure, purposeful possession that just grinds the other team down and minimizes almost all risk. And remember that third man concept we just talked about? Well, this right here is its statistical payoff. Attacking sequences that use a third man run have a 47% higher expected possession value. In simple terms, that means they are 47% more likely to lead to a shot on goal than a standard attack. The numbers, they just don't lie. So, okay, we've got a near-perfect system. It's dominant, it's efficient, it's proven by data. But here's the twist. What if that very perfection is its biggest weakness? What if this incredible system actually contains the seeds of its own downfall? This quote is just wow, and it comes from Juan Malillo, Pep Guardiola's own mentor and tactical guru. He's not celebrating success here, he's mourning the fact that it's become too successful. The system is so widespread that it's no longer a competitive edge. It's just how football is played now, everywhere. And that's created a whole new kind of problem. This gets to a really deep philosophical problem, captured perfectly by the thinker Edgar Morin. Positionalism has become a program, a set of pre-written instructions designed for a stable, predictable world. But football isn't predictable. It's chaotic. It requires strategy,
the art of improvising, of adapting, of using that very chaos to your advantage.
And you can see the signs of this stagnation all over the place. Since everyone is using the same map, all the empty space has disappeared. That amazing, spontaneous dribbler, they're becoming a dying breed. We're seeing creative players who don't fit the rigid tempo get cast aside. And the result? Teams built on this beautiful system now struggle to break down packed defensives and have to rely on set pieces to score. Which of course leads us to the ultimate question. If the age of total control is hitting its ceiling, what comes next? What's the answer to a system that seems to have solved the game only to find itself stuck in a stalemate of its own making? And it all comes down to this: the architect's paradox. By perfecting control, by trying to eliminate every bit of chance and chaos from the game, Positionisme has made itself predictable. It's created the perfect environment for an opponent who is willing to be chaotic, who is willing to be spontaneous and unpredictable, to thrive. Its greatest strength has become its biggest vulnerability. A possible answer is starting to emerge in a counter-philosophy called relationism, and it asks a fundamentally different question. Instead of asking, where should my players be according to the grid, it asks, how do my players find each other based on instinct and human connection? It's trying to replace the rigid blueprint with pure chemistry. Which leaves us with this one final thought to chew on. This relentless pursuit of perfection led to one of the most dominant tactical systems ever. But in solving for every variable, has it started to erase the very spontaneity and chaos that makes us fall in love with football in the first place? Has total control, ironically, become the enemy of the beautiful game?